I'll reset the run again. I thought that was it. That looked right to me. Let's try again. Man, I wish turbo controllers were allowed. Just so I could not hurt my hands from all this button mashing. What's wrong with me? Stop messing up the wrong warps. It's the first one as well, it's the easiest one. It doesn't bode well for the rest of the run, does it, when I keep messing up the very first wrong warp? Maybe I'm getting into my own head about it too much.
Rick Hetz has run away, has he? He's run off, you know. It's all hearsay. It seems his heart was stolen by a Na'vi woman, and he ran off. His son is still so young. Too young to become a Cocoon master. Run away.
At least I've been consistent about the seed setup. I've been really on point with that now. My poor hands. Mashing away. And there are 6 wrong warps in the run, right? I have to hit all of them. In like a well, hitting all of them is not the hard part, right? It's hitting all of them first try without screen traversing. That's hard. That's what you need to do to get a perfect run in terms of skill input. There are some other things with this particular run that I'm trying to do, but there's no point explaining those or even going over them until I actually get a run that gets off the ground. And even then, only for as long as I can actually hold it down. I still don't know how I feel with the seed setup being before time starts. Like, I want to include the startup because then you can see how the seed was set, right? And then it was legit, right? Because it wouldn't exactly be hard to do that illegitimately. But it's also done before the timer starts. So there's potential that I don't know how it depends on how the community feels about it. I'm personally indifferent to either outcome because there's like two ways to think of it, right? There's there's the pure way, which is what you'd have to do on console anyway. Right, it would be emulator only to do it the other way. Sorry, let me just focus on mashing for a sec. So there's the pure way, which is what I'm doing here, which requires just very good timing. It's kind of annoying that I'm managing the timing, like, nail on the head pretty consistently, but I can't do the wrong warp at the beetle forest. When theoretically the timing I'm doing at the start is actually way harder. Yes, there's that way, and then there's the impure way, which is to simply manually set the seed. Which is also not exactly difficult to do, like, it's easy. In fact, it's way easier than getting the timing down. I don't even know why I'm talking about it in those terms. It's ridiculously easy to do it that way. And then every attempt is, you know, the seed you want. But I can see why the community would be... The reason why you want to be against that is... you can't do it on console, for example, so it's not being true to the game, as it were. You know, you're directly interfering with memory addressing, and that's generally not cool, right? That's generally not allowed. You're using a tool, right? On the other hand, the other argument is it's something you do before the timer even starts. So what you're saving yourself is just pressing the restart button a million times until you get the right one, and then doing a run. So it saves you on resets. Either way, every attempt you're going to do is going to be the same seed, right? Unless you didn't care about, you know, doing a sort of fixed seed run.
According to tradition, I hereby proclaim your coming of...
Which is what we're doing now.
Right from this day forward,
maybe I shouldn't explain too much further, because we might have to reset. It looked very good at the start, and I've been hitting them on the nail on the head repeatedly, so I don't think we will, but... I guess you can see, like, the timer from the previous run at the start of, this video. So if it turns out well, you can sort of see that I'm getting multiple in a row. Looking good. One more attack for confirmation. Nice. Okay. That's another one in a row. Let's see if it's another Beetle Forest screw up in a row. Yeah, so we'd reset here if that wasn't what we expected, so yeah. Attempt. This is our... Is this attempt 8 or attempt 9 then? Where we get to actually try the beetle. How many... Well, okay. Some of those tries were yesterday, and did get beyond Beetle Forest. They just... One of them died incredibly stupidly. In fact, no, they both died incredibly stupidly. The first one died because I forgot to stick an earring on. Oh yeah, that's a guaranteed minion crit. There's no point in me with this knowledge. If I can't just say things before they happen and they happen, it doesn't feel as fun. But I realise now that every single time Primal has that attack pattern, at least in all of my attempts, that happens. So I'm not surprised by that anymore. Yeah, sorry, so we had one die because I forgot to put my earring on before I fought Kikinak, like an absolute fool. The other time, I managed to get hit by a snake in the spider forest, which is... I don't even know how I managed that. It was very easy to dodge snakes. I dodged everything else. Like, I dodged every enemy up to that point. So, like, I dodged both squasps, I dodged the actually harder to dodge marrdreg in the Dragonfly Forest. So there's not the... So there's the one you capture, then there's the one you dodge. And then there's one which can be Heralco or a marrdreg, and that will always be a marrdreg. If we get the setup right. And I had to dodge that, and that's harder. And then I got hit by a blooming snake. By a Rushab and died too. Well, to be fair, I wouldn't have felt great about continuing that run. Even if I did escape from that snake and it didn't kill me. Because I messed up repeatedly on the Spider Forest wrong warp. I didn't attempt a wrong warp and miss. I just kept traversing through the screens. So it was taking me ages to actually do the wrong warp, and that felt very bad. But anyway, so, as I've been alluding to, Seeds, we're on an RNG manipulated run. Sorry for the lack of energy. I've been here a lot at this point. I'll probably perk up in the latter half if we get there. Like, if we get to the nether forests, I'll probably perk up quite a bit. Just because I've been here many a time. Many a time. I haven't been hit by a squasp at all yet. I've actually dodged, in all of my attempts, all 8 or 9 of them at this point, I don't know which number we're on, I haven't been hit by a squasp. Which I'm very pleased with, because it means that my practice has actually paid off for that. It does help that they behave exactly the same way every time when we're on this run. Like how far forward they come and whatnot, and their movement is entirely the same every single time. So long as I move in the exact same way, I will always dodge them. So let's switch them around to squasps. Stand near the green bit here. Stand about here near the green bit. There we go. Wait a little bit. I don't know if that's right. I don't know if that's right. I don't think it is. Ooh, that might be. Actually, we're going to stagger. One more time. Oh, okay. Okay, I wanted to stagger and it didn't work, but it didn't. That's fine. That should work. I was trying to stagger there, which is where you start moving and then you go into the menu and out the menu. And then back in before it loads a frame. Sort of move a little bit further forward. So that's a little sluggish. But we actually have a run. Okay, we actually have a run. Okay. We're still really bad on the Beetle Forest Stronghold, but that's better than not getting a shot at this. I don't want to hear the story of creation, so let's just make sure she doesn't tell us. Jeez. So many attempts haven't made it this far already. I just feel so much pressure to do that wrong warp that it's actually really hard to do. It's like doing the last wrong warp of the run. Honestly, it's what it feels like. Levant didn't want to move. Weird. Okay, so... once we got past the simultaneous, I silently counted to 5 in my head. Not like 1, 2, like not proper seconds, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then moved, because that's when I wanted an AI decision to happen. So I need to explain so much for like any of this to make any sense. So we fixed the seed by timing on the main load screen when the game first loaded. It's why I showed all of that. Then we dodged. The reason we have to dodge the squasps is because a battle will change the seed. We can't mess up the wrong warp because changing loading screens, going from one screen to the next screen, will update the seed. Or update the random number generator, I should say. Because they all use the same random number generator. And all of that was for this. All of that was for this. A guaranteed marrdreg. There is a bit more that I can get as long as I can hold on to the seed. And by hold on to the seed, I mean... so long as I continue to do... I have like a planned set of actions that will control the RNG, and so long as I can control them, or hold on to the control of them, then I will be able to do them. So we're going to stand here, and then we're going to go this way, to dodge marrdreg. Stand. Get the key. So we still have RNG control at the minute, is the important thing. So I still know everything that's going to happen. So far. But if we ever mess up a wrong warp by like traversing to the next screen instead of wrong warping immediately, then I will lose RNG control. These tortoises, if you're a little slow, can mess up the RNG. We'll know if we're on the right one still if this tortoise turns to the right as we leave. So like turns towards us this way. Yeah, like that, like that. So we're still on the right seed. We're not on the right seed, we're on the right control. We know what's happening. So now we just need to run up here. Get as close as we can. Need to like edge a bit further. Oh, I think because of that we've... Okay, no, we've lost RNG control. That's bad. Okay, that's fine. I think that's still a bit early, though. That's still a bit early. Let's try and stagger. Nope. Didn't mash hard enough. That's still early. Stagger, come on. Oh. Oh. We're not moving forwards? We are moving forwards. Still want to stagger, though. There you go. There's a stagger. So I don't know what's going to happen with the RNG anymore. God, I'm messing up quite badly. I'm going to quit my earring while I think about it. This has been quite unclean, to be honest. But we did guarantee the marrdreg capture, which is the only thing I really cared about. There were some other, like, big perks you could potentially get by continuing to control the seed. They would have been a guaranteed Kikinak, Great Walnut, and guaranteed Poacher, Great Walnut, and Special Liquor. But we would have to have held on to the RNG for quite some time. I did have one run that held on to the RNG up until... Oops, clicking that. If I was trying to draw RNG, selecting Mugwort actually also ruins it. That updates the RNG number as well. Healing items are like the one thing you can like really control. So we're on a completely unknown seed now. I don't know anything that's going to happen. But we got the fast marrdreg. But yeah, sorry, I lost the RNG on that one when I traversed to the next screen on the Spider Forest, and that's the one where I died to the snake. We controlled the Kikinak RNG, got Great Walnut. Sadly, those recordings are all absolutely useless because the audio was absolutely destroyed. Completely unusable. I've had an issue with when I was doing a stream once as well, where like the audio just absolutely destroyed itself, and I don't know why. Yeah, no Great Walnut. Oh, I have to ask about Calabash Powder. No Great Walnut. Okay, we're gonna have to pick up that extra key. Yeah, if we held on to the RNG, we'd get a guaranteed Great Walnut there, and then we'd get more than a perfect Kikinak fight, like a one that works. If we'd held on to the RNG, we'd also get a perfect Poacher fight, in that there would be no blocks. At all. But we still saved an awful lot of time just because we got that guaranteed marrdreg. That saves a lot of time. An awful lot of time. I should probably explain what staggering is as well. It's sort of just... Well, I think I sort of explained it. You sort of edge forward in smaller degrees by sort of starting to move and then doing this pause unpause, and that can get you closer and closer to the warp zone. Basically. That's early, that is. Stagger? Nope. That's fine. We have to at least do one elemental switch anyway. We'd have to in the next forest if we didn't here. Oh, never mind. We're gonna struggle on this again. Oh, that's so early. So early. That's not there. Nope, not equipped. I swear if that snake hit me. Oh, I should say some AIs updating don't. So some AI decisions impact RNG, some of them don't. So timal up decisions do. Not when they start chasing you, but when they start making a random decision, they do. Sorry, I'm suddenly having a hard time thinking again. So yeah, they do, so tortoises do, whenever they do anything because they don't chase you. Patimals do because they make random decisions when they're standing still, if they're going to, like, turn first then move or something like that. Trees do, but it's kind of hard to say how the trees do. But basically, if they start chasing you and then stop chasing you, then that will update the number. Like, that specifically will. I don't actually know how good our time is at the minute. Because I feel like I've managed to make it into the Moth Forest at 30 minutes before. But I didn't capture a perfect marrdreg there, but I think I didn't mess up at all on the wrong warps. Oh my god. You can really see the pressure getting to me, can't you? My menuing is all over the place because I just want to get this. I want to get this run done so I can have my proof of the thing I've discovered and whatnot, the work I've put into it. Maybe then I'll find it easier to get better runs doing this. Yeah, I don't know what my best time is for this, really. For this phase. I feel like 30 minutes. Maybe 30 minutes is the fastest I've ever gone there? But it's hard to believe that I've eaten into all of my time advantage already. I feel like I can't have, surely. The amount of time you save on the marrdreg is so colossal. I suppose that's what splits are for, right? have our minions now. Snake was yellow, wasn't it? Because of how many misses we got on the... How many misses we got on the Spider Forest one. So we're going to have to flip elements. Yeah, I have no information on... Yeah, that's right. Okay, let's equip Briquette's Garb. I have no information on anything now, which is a little sad. I liked knowing what was going to happen. Oh. Okay, so I tried to fix my audio there. Sorry, I have no idea how long it was like that for. Oh, I'm so sorry about that noise. That's going to be horrific to listen to. Oh, I have no idea when that started happening. And now the game's lagging out, but it doesn't matter. I did it. That's so much for time sake. Oh, I'm so sad that the audio went absolutely screwy. Oh, I'm so sorry for anyone who has to listen to that part. I'll have to put an apology for that in the audio. I have no idea how much was missed. When will that start happening? I'll have to find out. Yeah, the emulator's now lagging to death because I unplugged and replugged my audio. Happens sometimes. That was a huge Delphinel fight. Oh my god. And such a good Kashidra as well. It was all so good. My god. To be fair, as soon as the audio error starts happening, I couldn't do anything about it. Which is a massive shame. There was nothing I could do to sort that. Me messing with my audio thing would have crashed the emulator and I would have lost the run. That was so big. Okay, I'm gonna do videos explaining everything that I did and why I did everything. Why I did what I did. I don't know if my stagger explanation got covered by the audio glitch or not. I'll probably edit the video there, and I'll probably mute that part. I'll like silence the video at that section. I'll have the unedited version where it's got all the audio glitches going on as well. It's just lagging out to death at the end here. In case anyone needs to see that. But basically at the end there, there's a trick you can do in PAL, and I'll do a video on it as well, staggering, as well as on the RNG manipulation, where you start moving when you're right next to a loading zone to do the wrong warp. You start moving, and then you pause pretty much as soon as you can. But you need to see Levant move a little bit, and then you can like leave and re-enter the menu, and that'll move Levant a little bit forward. But you always want to stagger at least twice, like 2 to 3 times always. Because if you do it once, then you probably don't move and you miss, and you do it 4 times, then you probably whisk your window and you move over to the next screen. But I can't believe how good that was. We had a good Turris fight, an amazing Earth boss, and a good Kashidra. It would have been better if Kashidra did switch to water and then gave us another turn before dying, instead of doing another fire attack and then being a 2-turn chosen one, but I'm not going to complain, and a critical hit to finish it off, which is great, but didn't actually do anything. I'm just glad I didn't miss. But 108.05, that's like 4 minutes faster than my previous record. So I think it was definitely worth it to do what I did with regards to the RNG minute. That really paid off. I could have gotten sub 108, because I didn't need to pick up that second key. Based on the healing items I picked up, I could have saved about 10 seconds by not picking up that key, and that would have been 107.55 or something. There's still definite improvements to make at the time. I'll probably try and do more recordings where I get that improvement. But that was fantastic. That was fantastic. I'm so pleased with that. I wanted to get the sub 110, and I've done it. I did it. It took me, 5 months since the last run, but to be fair, I've been researching a lot and doing other things. But I'm so pleased with that. Watching the laggy ending. Yeah, so I'm going to do a video explaining the RNG manipulation and everything like that. How that's all done. I wonder where the audio messed up. I hope it was like very late on and not like in the entire latter half, like the last 20 minutes. That would be pretty painful. But I'll just silence it from that point on if in like the uploaded video, so it's not painful to listen to. And then put a little note in the description. But I'm so glad I could do it. I'm doing it while sick as well. Oh man. Oh, that's so big. That's so good. That's so good. Yeah, we messed up a little bit on some of the wrong warps, like going too far and back, but we got no misses was the key thing, and some of those fights were so good. Sorry, I'm so relieved. It took of runs that I managed to get the RNG minute at the start. This was the 8th or 9th. I can't even remember. I think 9th. That it took to even get beyond, like, the beetle forest. And then immediately I managed to get this run. That's so... Well, sorry, no. It's not, some of them got past beetle forest, but it was the first one that got to the nether forests. The others all died before that because of one reason or another. Oh, I'm so pleased. Imagine if I wasn't recording. Imagine. Alright, well, I'm glad everyone could be here to see this. Who has made it to the end, despite the audio glitch, which I will silence. This video is actually a lot longer unedited than the one that'll be uploaded, just because I think you get like the tail end. You'll at least get the tail end of the previous attempt if I just uploaded this raw video. This has been my entire morning. Well, entire half a day to do this. Yeah, I'm just glad it's over. But yeah, thank you for being here. And I'll leave you with Levant's face there. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm so pleased.